Second and goal. Hurts again the tie. Now chased. Now taken off to the pylon. Got there. Jalen Hurts for the second time tonight.
Second down and 2 yards for the first. Brown again, bouncing, finding space. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Can this New England defense hold? Bowers in motion, first and goal. Genty, so much power. He's going to bang it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And the Raiders back in front.
Back to Jacobs. Back to extending the record. Now 9 consecutive games with a touchdown. Josh Jacobs. You waited.
They're in the red zone now. And a give to J.K. Dobbins. And he breaks a tackle and has a Denver touchdown.
In the evolution over his now 8 seasons as the Ravens quarterback. Toss, Henry. Through the secondary. Henry to the end zone. Touchdown. The power running of Derrick Henry for 30 yards. Puts the Ravens on top. Gain of 19, probably ran about 60 on that play. And here goes Henry. Quiet in the second half. Not anymore. Henry another touchdown. He only had 6 yards in the second half after the huge first half. But now he's got 175 on the night and 2 touchdowns.
They're down in 6. Williams, a lot of room. Looking for the end zone. He is in. Touchdown.
A balanced offense.
Give it to him again. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Packers.
Second and goal. Sanders again with a seam and a touchdown. Untouched in for the lead.
But certainly nothing of concern for him. He took some snaps and went back out there. But expect him to ice it throughout this game.
Thank you, Trace. Look at that move by Cook. Oh, it's still going. James Cook to the end zone for a touchdown and a brilliant run.
Put that on your highlight tape right now, Jim. I know you carry him each game, but that was next level.
Josh Gaines, one of the backup O-linemen, lines up as a fullback. Cutter had the lead blocker he needed, and he bangs it in for the Cardinals touchdown.
Hurts shoving his way in. He's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Nakua shifting. They'll give it to him. And he's got it and then some. Nakua is going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Rams. 45 yards.
18, what's that?
Chubb's got 18. Add to it, Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Texans. They're on top.
Ball spotted right at the 2. Again, Gordon plunging forward. He's in. So the Miami Dolphins, not given very much of a chance in this game, say, hold on for just a second anyway. Cook is the back. Cook into the end zone. Made it look easy. Over right guard. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Downhill physical football team.
Mariota hesitates to the end zone. Touchdown, Commanders. Marcus Mariota. Chris Moore in motion, straight ahead run. And tough yard still on his feet. Jeremy McNichols. I don't think they're going to get him. And he is in for the Washington touchdown. Second down and 4 to Taylor. Taylor explodes, makes a man miss to his right. Spin move of beauty inside the 30. High step into the 25, inside the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Jonathan Taylor, 46 yards.
Kenneth Gainwell is in there, 1st and goal now for Pittsburgh. Pitch it, Gainwell will go wide, and he'll cut it inside for the touchdown. Steelers score first.
They were going to get out of here, right? With being okay kind of after that tough start.
It could be here in a second. 28 as Mason is in for another Minnesota touchdown.
A secondary bust, and to give Jacksonville their biggest play of the game. ETN, and he's in for the Jacksonville touchdown.
Handoff. Dowdle. Touchdown.
As they revamp their running attack from the 19, 2nd and 4. The pressure, the McGlinchey block. Nice catch made with the stiff arm. Dobbins inside the 5. Diving. Touchdown. Let's see if he's in or not.
1st and goal. Walker following his fullback Oots, and Walker is in again for a touchdown.
The Giants' big threat. 1st and 10 for the 14. Scatterboo inside. Scatterboo to the goal line. In for the touchdown. Oh! Welcome to New York, Cam Scatterboo. Career high for the former Patriot. 1st and goal inside. 2nd effort for the touchdown for Kareem Hunt. Almost like he was going to lose the ball, had to stop and able to grab it, get inside that Giants defense.
Players on both sides of the ball for both these teams as we take a look at Kelvin Shepard.
Easy pickup. Forget 1st down. How about touchdown? There is a flag on the far side of the field. And this will count.
Outside. He's at the 95. Lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties decline. Result of the play. Touchdown.
It's what they're used to. It's the way they're built.
Now Montgomery. He's going to break. David Montgomery is in for the touchdown.
Third and goal. Keep it on the ground. And does he get in? Yes, with that 2nd effort. Zach Charbonnet hit by Thompson. Looked like he had him stopped for a second.
Genty springs free. Turns on the Jets. One guy to beat. Bayard can't bring him down. And the rookie on a dead sprint. 64 yards. Touchdown.
Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, all these legends. They're not loving that.
Yep. This is the 25-year anniversary as Hill starts to gallop. Can someone catch? Connor lost his footing. Look at Hill take off. And he takes it the distance. How about that? I was talking the last series about how he hasn't quit at all. He goes 71 yards.
ETN. Nice cut. Big run. ETN with a nice move, and he breaks free for the touchdown. 48-yard strike from Travis Etienne.
Jones under center, turns, hands to Warren. Warren barrels inside the 2 and is down at the 1. No, it's a touchdown. Warren into the end zone for 6, and the Colts take a 9-3 lead.
They've already had 5, and it didn't matter how good you are. Turnovers will come back to haunt you.
1st and 10. And the run here and the galloping move. And look at the run by the rookie Hampton. He'll take it in for the touchdown. What a sprint! 54 yards!
Fullback is in as well. Drake may. Can he keep it himself and take it? He will. He does. And that is a touchdown, New England.
The time my mom ever saw me was when it was a screen pass and I got out in the open like that.
More ground, more pound, the cutback. Woody Marks. Second touchdown of the game.
Fourth and goal. Judkins is in. Touchdown.
The 8th pick overall in the 2024 draft. Algier is now in there. They give Robinson a break for a moment, and Algier is trying to slice, and he does! Oh, he's dishing out punishment! Algier, touchdown!
Second and goal. Prescott gonna keep it. Quarterback draw for the touchdown. Third and goal. Jacobs walks it into the end zone for the Green Bay touchdown.
Nix wants it on the ground. Touchdown, Denver.
Fields kind of one explosive run tonight. It was a 19-yard run in the first half. They just need one. He's going to try to get to the edge. The edge is taken away, and now Fields reverses field, and he's got plenty of room. Justin Fields sprinting, makes a cut, another cut, all the way to the end zone.
Holy smoke.
Cheat code stuff right there.
43 yards on a 4th and 1. Desperately needed play.
You know, we use that term grit a little bit freely, but this team really embraces that mentality.
Here's Montgomery again. Jump cut to the outside. Montgomery into the end zone with the record tire.
Durham, the tight end in motion. Outside, Blockworth. That's a touchdown. White. And the Buccaneers are back on top late in the third.
Seemed like it was at hand for the Cardinals. Handoff to Pollard. And he is in for the Titans touchdown. And Brian Callahan is going to go for the extra point.
Abdullah to the goal line and in for a Colts touchdown. He spent the last 3 years with the Raiders.
To establish some of that run identity. And it is a run to Nick Chubb. Chubb could go all the way and does. Touchdown, Texans.
32 on the game. First and goal. Patriots looking for the lead. Ramondre Stevenson pounds it into the end zone. New England on top.
To try to ask Jacksonville defense to keep Mahomes and company out of the end zone.
Here is Hunt. Touchdown. Second pass interference call against the Chiefs tonight. It's first and goal with 30 seconds left. Now Lawrence goes down, has to get up. Breaks the tackle. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Dart, he can run. Can he ever? He can run all the way to the end zone. Touchdown.
McBride in motion. Looking for running room. Bam Knight to the goal line. Touchdown, Arizona. And the Cardinals with an answer, marching it in for 6.
First and goal from the Tennessee 4. This is Genty. He's in. Touchdown. Ashton Genty.
In the Ring of Honor right here in this stadium. Won a Super Bowl with the Bucks. Handoff. Benson outside. It's Tucker. Tucker. Touchdown. Tampa Bay.
And now in the present day, 3-0. Tua and Herbert squaring off for the 4th time. And Tua hands off to Achane on first down with some room to run. There he goes. See you later. Touchdown, Miami. A 49-yard touchdown.
Lions offside. Mahomes keeps it, scores it, touchdown.
Caleb takes it, gets a block from Swift, and is in for the touchdown.
Here's Penix, a 1st and 5. Robinson off the right side, breaks free. Bijan Robinson spinning down the sideline, still going. Can they catch him? They cannot. Touchdown, Falcons, 81 yards.
1st and goal for the Commanders. Krosky Merritt back in the game at running back after the big play from Nichols. Daniel's going to keep it, and he is in for the touchdown.
Hands it off to Jacobs, and he is in for a Packers touchdown, his 2nd today.
Just spreading the ball all over the field, every position, getting some love from Daniel Jones. Taylor sets up as a receiver. Now they do a jet sweep to Taylor. Taylor, zigzag move. Taylor works in for the touchdown.
Kevin, they're 5 of 11 on 3rd down. Coming into this, Denver's defense is #1 in the NFL on 3rd down defense.
Tracy, a big hole, galloping, touchdown, touchdown Giants. A burst of 31 yards. A stunning display, and the Giants have gone up now by a count of 19-0. Running back will be Bidet. Nix will take it himself on 1st and 10. Blocked by Bowles. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos have their first lead today. 1st and goal. Dart will run it himself and dives.
Oh, they're saying he's short.
Short inside the 1.
Dart saying he got in.
By the way, you saw Worthy shaken up on the sideline as Pacheco races. Oh, we got a flag in the end zone, but it's a touchdown for the moment by Pacheco.
I think Fitzpatrick has a right to be upset, and to me, that's the story of the Dolphins' defense so far today, is mistakes.
Judkins unleashed. Judkins touchdown.
The best running back here, probably McCaffrey, who's going to get the gifts. They close it out. And here he is on the run. Inside. Pushing the pile to the goal line. In for the touchdown. Have a day, have a night. CMC.
Back under center again.
6 offensive linemen in this 1st and goal. Charbonnet's the back. The middle was clogged. It stutter step, and now he tries to drive his way into the end zone with some help. Touchdown! They signal a flag is down at the line of scrimmage. But they have signaled touchdown as the pile just pushed Houston backwards. No penalty if you couldn't hear Carl Sheffer. So Seattle takes the short field and mutters right down the field. A couple of pass plays to Arroyo. Glad I'm not a DB.
Right up the gut, there goes Gibbs. Foot race. Winfield can't get there. Touchdown, Lions. Eagles go jumbo on 2nd and 10. Here is Barkley, left side, big hole. Saquon Barkley. Uh-oh! Barkley, goodbye.
And here we go, 2nd and 10 Bengals. P-Ryan busted one free. P-Ryan 10-5, touchdown. Well, you think Isaiah Davis is playing himself into a bigger role in this Jets offense? He's been terrific for New York. Here's Brees Hall, breaking one for the Jets. Hall, second effort, and he's in for the touchdown.
He may have.
Did he stay inbounds?
Can you generate explosive runs, chunk runs, score from 30, 40 yards out? That's a different animal. Here's Cook. Good patient run, and he busts it through. Right on cue. Off to the races. James Cook. House call, touchdown, somersault, he's in. Josh Allen, who's got the second most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in NFL history, just added another one. That is number 69 all-time for Allen on the ground. Only the great Cam Newton has more, and they take advantage of that takeaway.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. They weren't able to punch it in against the Rams 3 times. Can they today?
Henry gets to the outside for the touchdown.
It's Tucker, and he is in. If at first you don't succeed.
2nd down and goal. Algier again. Blocked downfield by Matthews and by Hodge, and it is a touchdown. Tyler Algier takes it in with his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. That was a 6-yarder.
Good job, Trace. Here's a 2nd and 10. They go with Harvey on the toss, and there goes Harvey. Harvey's got a 1st down. Harvey's looking for the end zone. Harvey takes it home.
And it's Colts ball at the 20. Here's Jonathan Taylor on 1st down. Big hole. JT in the open field. Down the sideline. Staying in bounds. Still going. Taylor. The distance.
Mahomes is wide to the left. Rice is going to take the snap and keep it. Rice runs in almost, untouched for the touchdown. How about that formation? Patrick wide to the left. 3 guys in the backfield, 2 surrounding Rice. Then he runs it in for the score.
For Kansas City, not allowing substitution. Smart.
Handoff, touchdown. Touchdown untouched for Buffalo. Running behind David Edwards, their fine left guard. 3-yard touchdown run for Johnson. His 1st touchdown of the season.
Washington lined up off the line. Cut it to the outside. Warren takes it in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
With Singletary, Dart here. Singletary a block. That's a touchdown. Jackson Dart.
Well, Kevin, that's much needed, knowing that they're down what they are, and there's not much time left in this game. So as I said at the beginning of this drive, it's about possessions at this point in time. You got
Toss, Dowdle, knifing through for the touchdown, and the Panthers take the lead on the road. Rico Dowdle getting the call, and it's his 3rd touchdown of the year, a new career high.
foremost, design the plays, get it out there. The second was commit to this running game between the tackles, which has opened up everything else. And Jahmyr Gibbs going for a touchdown.
Gibbs takes it all the way.
Both these teams have been outstanding during the year on their first drives of the second half. Here's Henderson up ahead and taken off. He might not be caught inside the 20, the 10, and the rookie takes it home for the touchdown. Defensive lineman in as a fullback.
They have not used that for play action yet. Each time he's in, they've ran it every time, and they do it again.
They toss it.
I didn't love it.
Henderson got away.
Love it.
He's got a chance to show off that speed. Henderson breaks his second one for a touchdown.
Oh my gosh. He looked over at the coaching staff to say, should I go in to score or should I not? Should I go down? I've never seen that before, Jim.
Let him run in after the catch. And Justice Hill to the goal line, trying to burrow in for the touchdown. No signal yet. There it is. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And knock the ball free. Keep them protected. Achane sneaks through. Achane, second level, turns on the Jets. Achane, touchdown! 59 yards. A little bit cooler in November, but it's very warm. On third down, Achane, he's got room again. See you later. Another touchdown for Achane.
Davis Mills. What a rush, Walker. Steps up, he's going to run. Mills looking for the pylon. He's got the angle. Touchdown, Texans.
Robinson breaks the tackle and he's in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Handoff, Williams is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And we get whistle. There's some little scuffle at the end, but the touchdown's going to count. And since week 5, he's led the league. Goes back to him. Rico Dowdle is in for a Carolina touchdown. Just like that. Panthers with the lead.
They got second and short. That means it's Taylor time, and he's got the first down, and he busts away from the pack for plenty more. Jonathan Taylor, big run. There he goes, and Indianapolis takes the lead. 83 yards, the longest run of his career. Right back to Taylor with Warren blocking. Touchdown, Taylor! An appropriate finish in Berlin, Germany. It's Taylor's game, and the Colts win in overtime.
Well, the 28th ranked offense working against the 6th ranked defense in terms of points allowed, and Fields around the corner. He'll get in for the score.
Tucker in at running back. Mayfield, he's going to run it in for the touchdown. Buccaneers answer, and Mayfield chucks it into the crowd. Now in his third year with the team. On a give for Tucker. Tucker's got blockers. Tucker is going down the sideline, and Tucker is gone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tucker in the backfield, give it to him. Tucker taking it to the outside, and Tucker has got it for the touchdown. Monster day for Sean Tucker. Buccaneers take the lead.
Unreal, just roaming free. It's Robinson, and he breaks 2 tackles. Oh my, what a rugged run that was. Algier seeking the end zone, and he bowling balls in for the touchdown.
Robinson has 2. Algier has 1. Is onto the field on 1st and goal. Should be the final play of the quarter. Tootin is in for the Jacksonville touchdown.
Since coming into this game, and so you can see that when you put pressure,
ETN blockers. That's a 1st down run. Touchdown.
Now you got this offense. Got to go capitalize in the red zone.
Stick with the run. It's Mason. Breaks the tackle. Jordan Mason. And touchdown, Vikings.
Robinson in motion. Give it to Singletary. On the cut. Penetrates and scores. What an opening drive for the Giants behind Jameis and company.
It's McLaughlin. Straight ahead. Jones has a hold of him. There's a push. And they push him across for the game's first touchdown.
1st and goal, toss play, McCaffrey, blockers in front, breaks a tackle, touchdown, Christian McCaffrey, the cherry on top for the San Francisco 49ers.
That is Andrews under center on 4th and 1. Andrews spinning away, and there he goes! Andrews all the way! Touchdown! What a call by the Ravens!
How well the matchup on the perimeter goes will go a long way in deciding who wins.
Hit 10 different receivers last week. Meanwhile, picking and threading his way is Cook. He's out in front, and Cook will take it all the way for a touchdown. 45 yards for James Cook, who is now over 1,000 for the season.
Keep getting after him as if it was 0-0.
Right, the blown leads have been well documented. There's Gibbs. Belton couldn't bring him down. Holland chasing after him. And Jahmyr Gibbs is into the end zone for a Lions touchdown, 49 yards.
And I don't see him on the sideline, so I'm going to keep watching that.
Here's Gibbs on 1st down. Jahmyr Gibbs across midfield. One man to beat inside the 20, the 10. Touchdown on the first play from scrimmage in overtime. Remember, the Giants will have an opportunity. Gibbs takes it 69 yards.
Jets still substituting. Ravens break the huddle quickly. Jackson takes the snap. Henry up the middle. Henry's in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Just what the doctor ordered for the Ravens.
On 2nd and goal, Cardinals leading on the ground attack, and they are in. Nay for the Cardinals touchdown. And Arizona gets its first lead of the afternoon.
Extra lineman in Jenkins, left side of the offensive line. Direct snap coming to Judkins. And here he goes again. He scored earlier. He lowers his shoulder to the goal line. Touchdown, Browns. 2nd Wildcat run of the day for Cleveland.
Hurts, design run, up the middle he goes, Jalen Hurts, still going, he's in, touchdown. Got stopped a few times last week versus the Lions. Here they're on the half-yard line. Hurts, shove forward, he's in, touchdown, Philadelphia. Prescott, thinking about running. Is he going to get there? Gets a block, Prescott flies in, touchdown.
Five catches for Lamb, who sits out this play. 2nd and 1. They've got the first, and look out. Here goes Davis. Malik Davis in the end zone, and the Cowboys take the lead.
Many first downs in this drive. Derrick Henry running left. Here's Henry in the open field. Might go. Henry. Home. Touchdown Ravens.
The players they believe have worked their butts off and deserve a win.
Here's Vidal on third down, and he turns it upfield for a first down. Still going. Kamani Vidal down the sideline, and he has a touchdown. A 59-yard score. A career-long run for Kamani Vidal, and the Chargers regain the lead.
Nothing here in Seattle. 2nd and 6 for the Seahawks. Charbonnet again. Over the left side. Breaks the tackle. Gallup's free. Touchdown. First one of the day for the Seahawks offense.
15th play of the drive for Jacksonville, beg your pardon. Ground game. Tootin. No signal. Now they say touchdown.
On 2nd and 5, it's Bucky Irving. Got a block. Towards the goal line. In for a Tampa Bay touchdown. It's his first of the year. Back in the lineup and back into the end zone.
The pitch to HN. The Saints trying to seal it off, and he's loose. HN for the end zone. He is in for a Dolphin touchdown.
Shotgun for Stroud. Fake it and then give it to Collins. Looking to turn it upfield. He will for the touchdown. On the ground, Nico Collins hits pay dirt. Texans go back in front.
Here they only have one tight end in. 3rd and goal, McCaffrey. Touchdown. Got in there. All set up on a 66-yard punt return by Sky Moore. A 1-yard touchdown run for Christian McCaffrey. 3rd down and goal. The fake. Purdy. Touchdown, San Francisco. What deception. 2-yard touchdown run. Brock Purdy.
1st and goal for Washington at the 8. Touchdown. An extra point. They take the lead. Rodriguez up the middle to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
And Williams averaging 19 yards per reception, which is gigantic. 2nd and 10. Montgomery breaking tackles. Inside the 10, he goes to the end zone for the touchdown. 35 yards for Montgomery. Gibbs the back. Give it to him to the outside. Blocking. And into the end zone he goes. Tristan Colon led the way.
Out of 25 today, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He's pressured. He's got a ton of room. There goes Josh Allen through the snow into the end zone. Touchdown Bills, 40 yards.
Well, there's quarterback rush lanes, and then there's this.
On 1st down, it's Corum. Blake Corum inside the 30, and he is going to take this all the way 48 yards for another Rams touchdown.
Harvey up the middle. Harvey takes it in. Touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Broncos add to their lead.
Neal back in. Bailey on the move. And that is a run by the rookie, Devin Neal. And they have him signaled. Now they have touchdown. Coming in, the line judge from the near side. So Izian is back there as a safety, as Mel was just talking about, for Smith. It's 1st and 10. Here goes Shuck on the move. A gallop. He can see it being chased. He's in for the touchdown. What a run. 34 yards. And the Saints come up with a tremendous play and have the lead in the rain. And Shuck's got a 1st and 10 at the 13. Again, the new right tackle is Sherman. Shuck. Oh, here they come up the middle. He got away from one. He got away from Bea. Here he goes. No way. Touchdown! His second touchdown run today. Shuck from 13.
And the rest of this offensive line have been exceptional today, climbing to those backers.
There's a play here from Gordon, that push, and he's in. Touchdown, Miami.
Of Indianapolis. Lawrence on a give. Oh, the cut to the outside. ETN to the ETN zone. Touchdown.
From the 35, extra lineman in, and there goes Tony Pollard. And Pollard up across the 45 and across midfield. What a block downfield. Pollard still going. Unbelievable run. He's going to take it to the house for a touchdown, Titans. Van Jefferson with that block downfield when it looked like the Browns could slow him down. He's at 120 yards rushing. Pollard on 16 carries. Make it 17, and Pollard straight up the gut. Pollard to the end zone. Touchdown, Titans.
Speaking of house call, you got it right there.
And they're going big. That is extra tackle and a huge tight end who can block.
Warren, the running back. Warren, to fake it to him. Rodgers still has it. He's going to take off running for the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers.
For the first time tonight.
And I'll bet you he has practiced 0 in goal line offense.
He's got it here. Dario Ogunbowale to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown.
Third and goal. It is Jacobs plowing up the middle. Josh Jacobs is in. Touchdown, Packers.
Both games are on ABC, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Barkley, first down, goodbye. Eagles on top, no flags.
Came into the game first in the league in receptions, second in yards, and he's going off. They're going to run it here. Corum to the outside, and it's a touchdown.
I don't think that was pass interference.
Meanwhile, Jacobs, no one near him, taken off. Jacobs to the end zone for his longest touchdown run of the season.
First and goal inside the 3. Barkley in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Unfortunately, that's how bad the Giants' rush defense has been this year.
Up the middle, all the way into the end zone on cue. Krosky Merritt, 16 yards. A Washington Commanders touchdown. And he's really stepped forward in his second year out of Utah. Shotgun, May. He's going to run. Second score of the day. Drake May on the ground for the touchdown.
You two have that in common, Ryan.
You do, or?
Oh, you do.
Oh, I do.
You walked in with no shirt today.
That's true. Henderson. He's going the distance. And he's gone. It's all cooking for New England. 52 yards for the Rook.
Anybody who wants to say weak schedule, anybody who wants to say anything about them, these are the types of drives that they can show everyone.
Henderson bounces away, and Henderson is off to the races.
Look at May.
Does he have another one in him?
May sprung him.
He does. Touchdown. Goodbye, Travion Henderson.
Drake May leading the way. It's a football thing.
2nd and 1.
Love being called a signal.
On a give, Cook slices through, and he takes it in for the touchdown. A silencer from Cook.
For the very popular LaQuint Allen, 7th rounder, is in the backfield for the Jags. He's an excellent blocker out of Syracuse. Lawrence is in trouble, trying to get away. Flags come flying. Lawrence can run for a little bit. Lawrence can run for a score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. And marks back in with 2 tight ends. Ball snapped directly to Woody Morris into the end zone. What a sweet play for a touchdown, Texans.
Handoff Swift. Got a block, cuts it back. Swift struggling inside the 5. The high kick into the end zone for the touchdown. 17 tough yards.
Williams inside into the end zone for a Cowboys touchdown. McCarthy, the keeper, the walk-in. A little gritty on his way to the end zone.
That's a little nasty right there.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Okonkwo still seeking his first touchdown this season. It'll be a handoff for Pollard, and he rumbles in for the touchdown. With 5.5 to go, makes it a 2-possession game.
And the ball off here. Walker. Kenneth Walker inside the 40. Kenneth Walker is out in front. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks.
Cook, single setback, 2nd and 4, Buffalo. Handoff. Cook gets around 3 defenders and then kicks it to another gear. Cook still going. Looking for the angle. Touchdown. Wow. Tremendous run. 44 yards. James Cook to the house. 2nd and goal. Fannin. Inside run to Fannin. One official says touchdown. So we're going with that. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Fresh set of downs. And Sean Tucker will glide into the end zone untouched for a Buccaneer score. And the crowd's still angry about the pass interference. Tampa Bay takes the lead.
It's going to be Herbert with the push from Matlock, and he's in for the touchdown.
Spears the back and the call. 1st and goal. There's a good-looking block by Cushenberry. Opens the door. Titans have scored again. 4-yard touchdown run. Cushenberry the block, and they build their lead over the Chiefs, 22-9.
Got an interim GM with Champ Kelly, with Stephen Ross, big decisions to make as the owner. This is Achane weaving his way. Achane, the speedster, takes it to the house. 48 yards. And Miami with the answer. That was Quentin Bell, practice squad guy who's gotten some more reps. Pirine bangs it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. So the penalty got him a little closer, and then it is Pirine.
2nd and 5. Toss to Warren. Found a little opening, and away he goes. Jaylen Warren with the touchdown.
And these guys are calling it in real speed, and they are right the majority of the time.
Handoff Harvey, and now a big run up the middle, breaking tackles, and R.J. Harvey on the move, down the sideline, Harvey diving for the pylon, touchdown Broncos.
It's Chris Rodriguez. Stepped out of a tackle and got in for the touchdown.
Stevenson bouncing outside. Ramondre Stevenson with a block by Williams to the end zone. The Patriots take the lead. Touchdown, New England.
So now you're getting the best pass rush that you've had all game long.
Genty again. Trying to break it to the outside. He does. Ashton Genty still going. What a run. Genty, his second touchdown today.
Huge play. Warren already ripped off one long run. He's got another one. No one's going to get to him.
Where do your eyes take you? What do you study when these games happen in front of you? Oh, you're studying that?
I think when I'm looking at the
Krosky Merritt.
That's great sight to see. Krosky Merritt, let's go.
Cue for the long touchdown.
Perfect timing.
Oh, they just needed Clint Portis to join us. That's it. That's all it was.
Nick's gonna run it, and he's gonna run it into the end zone. Touchdown. Went right through Hicks at the end of the run.
Shedeur Sanders, 50 starts in college. Tyler Shuck down in New Orleans, 42 starts in college. That certainly benefits guys.
Get tricky here. Jordan Addison turns on the speed. Look out. Addison. Can he get there? Forced toward the sideline. Touchdown.
Estime bounces off a bunch of tacklers, and there he goes! Estime! Touchdown! Another one for the highlight reel as Estime takes it in.
So you think about all the holes you need to fill. Certainly, you're going to have the opportunity to go out and get some talented players. Here we go.
Breece Hall taking it all the way for a Jets touchdown. A little more positivity for New York. A little lightning bolt from Breece.
He's had a look in his eye the last couple weeks. First and goal for the Jags. Quarterback draw. Trevor Lawrence, second time today. A rushing touchdown. First time today, Jacksonville leads.
Already 6 different receivers for Malik Willis, who's 8 for 8 for 133 yards and a touchdown. And he'll keep it here. Running himself with space to move. Touchdown! Malik gets shifty, and the Packers are within a score.
Here it is. Allen is shoved over and in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
The other part of that is Xavier Watts in this year's draft, and he's a promising player.
Here's Robinson, right side. Nice cutback. He's gone. Can anybody catch him?
Not tonight.
McCreary chasing. Won't get their touchdown, Atlanta. 93 yards. Third down and 2. Charbonnet. He's got it and plenty more. Touchdown, Seattle.
Taysom Hill is back there. Shuck fakes to him. Shuck is going to try and race to the corner. Chased, but he gets in for the touchdown.
And he's going to try to run it himself, and will. C.J. Stroud picks the right opening for the touchdown.
On his 4th consecutive 1,000-yard season, Cam Ward keeps. Cam Ward shuffles, and Cam Ward is in. Tennessee's defense stops Jacksonville, gets the ball, and Ward marches him down the field.
And it starts the 4th quarter with a 2nd down and goal to go for Dallas. The handoff to Phil Maffa. He's into the end zone for his first NFL touchdown. 2nd and goal. It's Singletary picking his way up the middle, and Singletary down in for the touchdown.
The Bills looking at 3rd down and 6. They can get a 1st down without scoring. And it's a direct snap to Ty Johnson, trying the right side, inside the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. Ty Johnson runs it in on 3rd down.
The ability to build around a young, premier, elite quarterback is very promising for the future in New England.
Stevenson again. Ramondre Stevenson has his 3rd touchdown of the game. Bursting through for 35.
Johnson, Rodriguez, and that is a touchdown. He'll bore his way in there.
1st and goal. Hayward again. Pushed in, flag comes down. He has broken the play, and he's in the end zone. We'll check the flag. It's ruled a touchdown. It's ruled a touchdown by the official who threw the flag.
The main cog in all of that's the MVP candidate quarterback.
Look out for Devontae Adams down here. They give it to Puka Nacua, though, and Nacua breaks tackles and gets his 2nd touchdown. Puka Nacua having himself one heck of a day. Here comes Hubbard, straight into the end zone for the Panther touchdown. Both teams trying to break through still. Young steps up, he's got room. Bryce Young tucks it, runs. Bryce Young, touchdown!
For these moments to run the ball between the tackles.
Chuba Hubbard, straight ahead, over the goal line, touchdown Carolina, Panthers lead.
On the ground, Swift, can he get into the end zone? He can. Off a Loveland block. Loveland did it all in the drive. Touchdown, Chicago.
Here he goes, Tony. You had the right call, and I think he broke the plane. It's a touchdown. On 1st and goal. He's shoved across. They'll go ahead and take the touchdown, as again, Reggie Gilliam rides right behind him, and the Bills are back in front with a minute to go.
3rd and goal. They give it to Goddard on the sweep. Dallas Goddard's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Decisions to be made as they go forward. 1st down and goal, ball back outside the 10 as Marks has his first 100-yard game and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Here's Walker, cuts back. Kenneth Walker is in. Touchdown, Seahawks. On 1st down, Kenneth Walker again to the left. Sprinted through. Walker's got another. Touchdown, Seattle. Walker looking for the trifecta. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Second and goal. It's on the ground. Williams to the end zone for the touchdown. Kyron Williams patiently waits. Finds the end zone to cap a 14-play drive, and the Rams are on the board first. 1st and goal from the 5. Inside of 9 to go. Kyron Williams bouncing to the outside. Williams to the end zone. The Rams take the lead.
Second and 4. Taken off is May. Drake May to the end zone for the New England touchdown.
Walker gets it again. Tries to sprint to the edge. He's so fast. He gets there. Touchdown, Seattle.